Hold on to your seats, because the real-life drama behind the hit movie It Ends With Us just got even more explosive. Unsealed text messages from January 20th reveal Taylor Swift supporting Blake Lively in her ongoing legal battle with director Justin Baldoni. But this isn't just about friendly support. The messages show Swift calling Baldoni a bitch with a tiny violin. The texts pull back the curtain on the intense private world behind the Hollywood smiles, revealing just how deep this celebrity friendship runs. In the middle of 2023, the set for the movie It Ends With Us was supposed to be a place of creative magic. The movie starred Blake Lively and was directed by her co-star, Justin Baldoni. But instead of magic, some people there described the atmosphere as something else entirely. Co-star Jenny Slate called it a really gross and disturbing shoot. In a private text, she called Baldoni the biggest clown and the most intense narcissist. That raw feeling shared among some cast and crew was the first spark of a conflict that would explode into a massive, headline-grabbing legal war. A war that would pull in one of the world's biggest pop stars and show the messy, real-life drama that can happen behind a successful movie. Now, you might be wondering how a simple movie set disagreement could get this big, right? It all started with Blake Lively feeling deeply uncomfortable. According to her legal complaint, the problems began during filming. She said that Baldoni and a producer named Jamie Heath created a hostile work environment. Her lawsuit lists some very specific and disturbing allegations. She claimed the men showed her nude videos and images of women without her consent. She said they talked openly about their own private parts and discussed having a pornography addiction. She even alleged they made inappropriate comments about her weight and her late father. For Lively, this wasn't just about creative differences. This was about her safety and dignity at her job. So, what do you do when you feel unsafe at work? You ask for help. In January 2024, a serious meeting was called. Blake Lively, her husband Ryan Reynolds, and the heads of the studio got together to address these issues. They agreed on new rules to make the set safer. The rules included having an intimacy coordinator present for all romantic scenes. They also said there would be no more descriptions of their own genitalia from Baldoni and Heath. Everyone left that meeting thinking the problems were solved. The studio agreed to the new rules. But instead of peace, a much bigger storm was brewing. Lively's legal team would later claim this meeting actually triggered a secret, sinister plan for revenge against her. The movie It Ends With Us came out in August 2024 and was a huge hit, making over $350 million. But if you were watching the press tour, you could see the cracks. Have you ever noticed when two co-stars seem to be avoiding each other? That's exactly what fans saw. Lively and Baldoni did not do a single interview together. At the big New York premiere, they walked the red carpet separately and did not pose for photos as a cast. Baldoni was even ushered into a different part of the building when Lively arrived. Online, fans noticed that Lively and the book's author, Colleen Hoover, weren't following Baldoni on social media. The public message was all about flowers and fun, but the behind-the-scenes silence was loud. Then, the real fight went public. In December 2024, Blake Lively filed an official lawsuit. She accused Justin Baldoni and his company, Wayfarer Studios, of sexual harassment and something even more calculated, a smear campaign. Her legal team claimed that after she spoke up, Baldoni hired a crisis public relations team to destroy her reputation online. They alleged this team used a digital army to make negative stories and old interviews about Lively go viral, making her look bad to the public. Suddenly, the criticism she faced during the press tour about her tone when discussing the film, serious themes looked like it might have been part of a planned attack. Baldoni's lawyer called all these claims categorically false. He said the crisis team was hired because Lively was the one making threats to not promote the movie if she didn't get her way. The legal battle became a game of nuclear lawsuits. Baldoni didn't just defend himself, he launched major countersuits. He sued the New York Times for $250 million for its reporting on the story. He also filed a massive $400 million lawsuit against Blake Lively, Ryan Reynolds, and their publicist. In that suit, he claimed Lively used false claims to seize creative control of the movie, cutting him out of the editing process and even barring him from his own premiere. He painted a picture of being bullied by Hollywood elites. But then, something crucial happened in court. A federal judge looked at Baldoni's $400 million countersuit and threw it out. The judge said Lively's actions sounded more like hard-nosed business negotiations, not a crime like extortion. With that ruling, the only lawsuit left standing was Blake Lively's original case against Baldoni. And this is where the world's most famous singer enters the story. You know how you text your best friend when you're going through a tough time? That's exactly what Blake Lively did. Her close friend is Taylor Swift. In the recent unsealed court documents, private text messages between the two women were revealed. They show Swift offering fierce loyalty and support. After Lively called Baldoni her doofus director and a clown, Swift replied, "I'll do anything for you." When a major news article was about to break detailing the allegations, Swift texted Lively about Baldoni, "I think this book knows something is coming because he gotten out his tiny violin." Later, when Baldoni was dropped by his talent agency, Swift sent Lively a link with the message, "You won. You did it. And you helped so many people who won't have to go through this again." Now you might be thinking, wait, is Taylor Swift part of this legal case? Her team has been very clear, absolutely not in a professional sense. Swift, as spokesperson, has stated repeatedly that her only official involvement with the movie was licensing one song for the soundtrack. They emphasized she never set foot on the set, was not involved in any creative decisions, and didn't even see the finished film until weeks after it was in theaters. Baldoni's team had once tried to subpoena Swift, suggesting Lively used their friendship as leverage. That request was withdrawn after the court called it an abuse of process. So in the eyes of the law, Swift is a supportive friend on the sidelines, not a player in a lawsuit. Her texts show private frustration, not a business plan. The story doesn't end with texts. Both sides have been battling in the court of public opinion too. Baldoni's team released a video from the set, showing playful moments between him and Lively during a romantic scene. They said it proved their relationship was professional and friendly. Lively's lawyers fired back, saying that video actually proved her point. They argued the video showed Baldoni improvising intimate touches and kisses without an intimacy coordinator present, which made Lively uncomfortable. It was a stark reminder that two people can look at the same scene and see two completely different stories. One sees flirtation, the other sees harassment. As this all heads toward a trial date in May, the stakes are incredibly high. Blake Lively is seeking around $500 million in damages for the harm to her reputation, family, and business. A critical hearing is set for tomorrow, January 22nd, which will shape what evidence is allowed at that trial. The newly unsealed documents, with their blunt texts from Taylor Swift and others, are part of Lively's effort to show a pattern of behavior. Her lawyer says the evidence shows how the studio tried to bury those who spoke up. The core question for a jury will be, did Justin Baldoni harass Blake Lively and then orchestrate a campaign to ruin her when she complained? Or is this a case of a powerful actress using serious allegations as a weapon to get control of a movie? Hit that subscribe button and turn on notifications for your front row seat to every update. Let us know in the comments, whose side are you on in this billion-dollar celebrity showdown?